Hey guys, my name is Steve B. Coming to you today to talk about staying sober for today. I got a pretty good topic to talk about. It's one that was always close to me. And I think a lot of it's called the expression is once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, and that came from a story from our recovery literature. Really interesting story of a guy who he was doing some binge drinking, but he wasn't drinking a terrible lot, but he wanted to give it up so he could do well in his business till he retired. And what happened was he stayed sober for 25 years, and well, that's incredible. That's incredible. But what happened was he came to a place where it was like, okay, um he stayed sober for 25 years, and I guess he figured that he earned the right to drink, like he wanted to drink. And so it says, the literature says, he took out his carpet slippers and a bottle, and then he fell apart. Then it says he was dead in 4 years. That's a powerful example for us that once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. If you've been sober for any amount of time, that doesn't earn you the right to drink normal. Whatever normal is. For an alcoholic, there is no normal. Normal is it's a setting on the washing machine. I like to say that. Normal for a recovering alcoholic is none. Once you pick up that one drink, all bets are off, and it's only gonna make things worse for you. You may not get out of it too good. You may end up with a bad liver, bad kidneys, bad this, bad that, bad the other. And if you're an alcoholic, and that doesn't matter what kind of alcoholic. An alcoholic is my in my opinion is a person who once they start drinking, they can't stop. And that's my opinion of what an alcoholic is. And I'm sticking with it. It's my goodness, if I mean I thank God for my sobriety, and I thank God that I was able to stay. That I'm currently 32 years sober, and I thank God for that. But one thing I cannot do, I cannot come to a place and say, well, now I earn the right to drink, because it's going to kill me. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. The idea is that, if I pick it up, it's never going to be any different. Even though I haven't touched the stuff in 32 years, if I ever did, it would be bad to worse to the worst. And what does it say for an alcoholic? It says that the only things left for us are jails, institutions, and death. So I'm here to tell you that I don't want any of those things. I don't want any of those. Um, I did at one time, way back in 1984, had a pretty significant DUI, and I spent the night in jail. I think that's what they did. That was the common thing. They take your license away for the night. They put you in jail. Then they let you out in the morning, give you your license back. You got to go find out wherever the hell your car is, because they towed that away and put it in impound. So it's costly all around. And then later in the gig, you got to pay to go to these DUI lessons. Um, you know, it's not good. And and I remember it was money all the way around. That was a few hundred there. Then you got to go to court, and then you got to stay sober for a whole year after that. And if you don't, then they'll throw the book at you some more. But I remember that I did that. I stayed sober and have been sober. Well, no, I won't say I stayed sober that whole time, because I drank for, let's see, 84, 8 more years to the end of 1992, and that's where I've been ever since. And I have no lurking notion that someday I could drink normally. I don't. All our literature says that if anything, we get worse, never better, after staying sober for a long time. I personally have seen people that have stayed sober for a long time that want to drink again, and it's not pretty. It's not a good thing, because they don't have good ends, you know. And so if you're sober now, stay sober. It's a lot better, a lot easier to stay sober than it is to get sober. And if you have a significant amount of time and you go out again, it's going to be like hell on earth for you. And I'm here to warn you and to encourage you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay sober a day at a time, and do whatever it takes to stay sober. They used to say that in the beginning. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll go to any length to stay sober, and me too. I would not throw my life away. A lot of people don't realize, but when they decide to drink again, they're throwing their lives away. You're like, what a roulette wheel is. You're spinning that thing, and if it comes up on your number, that ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't good. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. And I'm one today. I'll be one this afternoon if I'm still here. Tomorrow, if I'm still here, I'll still be an alcoholic. That's not going to change. And the only thing that works for alcoholism is total abstinence. And whatever it takes to not take a drink for that day. And I've seen people punish themselves. Oh, I can never drink again. Don't do that to yourself. You don't have to drink for today. Just for today. And if tomorrow comes, it'll be today. And then you just do the same thing that you're doing today. Don't overcomplicate it. It's not freaking, you're not inventing the wheel. It's just like, keep it as simple as you could. I used to like saying that. Keep it simple, stupid. Because sometimes I can do stupid things, like all of us, But all kidding aside, it's like, keep it simple, one day at a time. And right now, today, you're not drinking. I'm not drinking. Let's keep it that way. And let's say we're not going to drink for today. Don't overwhelm yourself and say, oh, I can never drink again. Just for today. Just for today. Don't put that on yourself. Because, that's all we got any power over is today. And I got no power whatsoever about tomorrow. And one of my good friends in recovery says, tomorrow's none of my business. It's really not. It's really not. When it comes, if it comes, I'll deal with that. But today, I got my walk in. I thought today was going to be the best day to walk. Turns out it was very windy. It's like, 41 out, which isn't bad compared to how it's been. But with that wind blasting in your face, it makes it tough. But I kept going. I prayed. I talked to God. I got my 3 miles in. I'm good like that. Good for that. I'm here today. It is January 28th, 2025. Who would have ever guessed 2025? That's freaking awesome. That's a lot of 1 days, and I'm still here. I don't know. I don't know what my we all got a what do you call it? We all have an expiration date, and I don't know what mine is, and I don't want to know what mine is. I just want to be as healthy as I can for today. That's keeping it simple. I got to just make sure I do certain things to take care of myself. I got to eat right. Sometimes I like digging into that cheesecake, and I don't know. I like it a little too much. Like we went to one of my favorite places to eat, had the great salad, and after the salad, it was like, you want cheesecake? Yes. That was a hard yes. Definitely wanted cheesecake, but I can't do that every day. I got to be careful. Because I'm getting older, and I don't want to. Sometimes I overeat, or sometimes late at night I'll get the gas. Not the gas, the esophageal thing. Or heartburn. Is that what you call it? Yeah. Heartburn, acid indigestion, all of that stuff I got to watch out for. But once in a while, yeah, that stuff is nice. It's really nice. Being an alcoholic, if it's nice, I want it all the time. I want more. That's one of the things that we suffer from as recovering alcoholics. Moreism. I want more. More. I was like that as a kid too. If I really like something, I want more. Today, if I really like something, I want more, but I gotta put the brakes on sometimes, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I like to say I am, but I'm not. Nope, not a spring chicken. But I think I'm pretty good shape for 67, and I'd like to keep that going. And how do I keep that going? I just try to eat right. Definitely not drink, because drinking's gonna do nothing but ruin everything. I want to make sure I do my exercise. I haven't been, in my head, I like to think, well, I'm gonna get up early and I'm gonna do all kinds of exercises, and I wake up and it's like, nah, not today. But I want to. I want to one day, and nothing crazy, nothing out of control. Just to make sure that that I'm as healthy as I can be for my age, and I feel like I am. You know, I don't have the same metabolism I had when I was a kid. I used to be able to keep, eat anything and never put an ounce on, but it's not like that anymore. You get older, your metabolism changes a bit, but so far so good. I'm gonna head over to the meeting. It's inside now because it's just too darn cold out. Too darn cold. I pushed the outside thing through the month of December, and it was an experience that I won't do again. It was just too cold. But inside it's good, you know. And we got coffee and cookies and tea, and we got hot chocolate. We got all the good stuff, But the best stuff is the comments and the meeting itself. It's all good. It's all good. God has been really good to me, and He continues to be. I didn't do anything to earn that. I'm just a child of God, and God takes care of His own. You come to God, He'll take care of you too. But don't forget, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. That's never going to change. If you're one today, that doesn't mean like 5 months down the road, if you're still sober, you're not one anymore. That's not true. You're going to be one as long as you're breathing and walking on this God's good earth. Just here to remind you that don't think that someday you're going to graduate There's no graduation. I heard someone say, education without graduation. It's true. It's true. Long as I'm alive, long as I'm still kicking, I'm going to be an alcoholic. But I'm going to be a recovering one with God's help. You know, with God's help, I can do it. I can do it one day at a time, and I know you can too. And I encourage you, one day at a time, man. You could beat this thing one day at a time. That's all. And you can do it. I want to remind you guys to give me a like and subscribe. And if you would, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. You know, so I'll get back to you too. Love you guys. Love you all. God bless.